Hi. So, my name's Coldwind, and I just have to make I guess, some kind of response. Yeah, this is absolutely just a response to John St. Julian's video, because this is Russell Brand exposed. And I'm going to further expose Russell Brand for what Russell Brand is in his whole, as John St. Julian. That is an interesting name. John St. Julian, Julian St. John. You have two names, first names. But anyway, um, Russell Brand being exposed further as Fabian Society related and dating the daughter of the editor, which is the daughter of some big person in the Fabian Society or something like that, something to that effect, and also his 33 fetish or whatever. Plus, you mentioned something in one of his shows. Yeah, all of that. I'm going to explore all of that and raise a couple objections because it feels like you're coming from a very polarized place, one-sided, like you're not telling the whole story here. I mean, because if you really knew like anything about Russell, like more so, yeah, I'm gonna call him Russell because I don't know. I think I know a little bit more about him than you do. I mean, and this might be the occult spellcasting that you're mentioning in your fifth video. That's interesting. I'm looking into you too. I haven't watched all your videos. I've watched the videos in which you're trying to talk about with Russell, and that's the area to which I'm concerned in because I would also like to talk about Russell. I was actually going to be doing videos on his book because his book is hands down one of the greatest things that I've read of our current time for a synthesis, as it is, of information and resources in order to understand the picture of what's happening, what kind of existence we're living in right now. I mean, it's pretty... I actually have a challenge for you, John St. Julian. I have a challenge for you, sir. I actually will purchase the audio version of his book, Revolution, but I challenge you to read his book, Revolution, and see if you can still say what you're saying about him right now. You see, because, hold on, I have a couple notes on a couple things you said. So, you were talking about, definitely in your fifth video, you were talking about how, first of all, I feel like you have something of a superiority complex with the deeds that you've done, and you like to keep harping on it. You're like, look, this is what I've done this is a good thing, I've saved 200 children's lives. I'm like, yes, that is fucking awesome, that is outstanding, that is phenomenal. For one person to do that, that is fucking cool. But, on the same token, in the grand scheme of things, you're not doing anything. You're living in the same system, the same prison that we've existed in since, I don't know, 2,000 years ago, more or less. I believe in cycles. The great year is one of the ultimate cycles, and I think that we go through areas of darkness and areas of light, and we're now coming out of some darkness. We've passed the darkest time, and now we're waking up. This is going to be a long, long process, but at the same time, we are waking up. And yes, I agree with what you're saying about look inside, and yes, I agree with what Russell is saying about look inside. Yeah, you guys are saying the exact same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. But what he is saying, in the grand scheme of things, is, in the big picture, is wake up, look inside yourself, find your spirituality, know your power, and then stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. That's what he's saying. What you're saying is, look inside, find your power, find your spirituality, and then run away to a third world country and help 200 children. Or whatever happens to you when you run away to a third world country. Whereas when I ran away to a third world country, I managed to help 200 children or 300 children or whatever it was. And again, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't do anything unless everybody and their mama does exactly the same thing you did. I don't see them doing that. Not everybody is meant to sacrifice their entire lives, I don't think. But I do think sacrifice is absolutely necessary on a few levels. But what I wanted to talk about was, yes, I do think Russell Brand could easily be associated with this Fabian Society and everything in the way that you're describing. I understand that. I understand those kinds of manipulative powers that exist in the world. I am completely aware of that. But at the same time, on the flip side, no, I don't agree with what you said in your fifth video, is that it's not what is being said, but who is saying it that's more important. I paraphrase that because I can't remember the exact same thing. Because as I just stated before, what you're talking about is all of us to go and run and live in poverty. When instead, what Russell is talking about is all of us realizing our own power and letting everyone live in a life of abundance. Why would you, in weighing those two, see, this is what I'm doing. I'm judging what you're saying for its merit, which is what I did to Russell. That's why, I mean, dude, goddamn, I fucking hated that guy. Like, I hated that guy before I knew anything about him on an actual personal level, which is what I think he's been showing us. And you would say it's all orchestration and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that is pretty true. I could understand how that would be an extreme facade. But at the same time, he hasn't contradicted himself except with that Ed Miliband thing. And yes, he admitted that he made a mistake. He got up into the fervor and he got caught up in the moment and thought he could actually do something from the inside. That was his folly. He thought he could do something from the inside. I too have shared that folly. I keep up on these bills that are being passed and things that are going to be happening to us as a society. I mean, it's some fucking shitty shit that's coming up. I mean, like, ridiculous shit. Like, internet neutrality. Net neutrality is in jeopardy. This video may not be able to be shown in a while, you know? That's the kind of shit we're dealing with. TPP, that is some fucking bullshit. Anyway, I've called congressmen, I've written letters and stuff trying to, you know, get something done. And I was aware of how many people did also do the same thing. And they still voted the exact same way. They voted for it for a second and then it got overturned not too long after that. Why? Because money talks in our reality. And again, the only thing I'm hearing you argue for is to maintain that kind of reality, a reality where money talks instead of, no. I mean, because again, the only way your reality would work is if everybody in the moment in existence decided to do the exact same thing. And essentially, that would be the exact same thing Russell was talking about, if it's taken to the very extreme. So, I don't know. I mean, do you understand the significance of 33? I mean, you understand that it's used in numerology, but why is it used in numerology? What does 33 mean? That's the only one of my theories for that is Russell Brand could be easily a narcissistic fuck and, you know, think very highly of himself, because 33 is the highest master number, right? You should look into, like, the meaning of and the significance of 9. When you mentioned in your first video, I believe, 11, 22, 33, and 9. Do you know what 9 is about? Do you have any inkling as to what 9 is? Or 33, or 22, or 11? I mean, any of the numbers. Do you know, like, what these numbers mean? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you know what they are? What they do? I would highly suggest, highly suggest, you look into Vortex Mathematics and also the Ancient Knowledge series on YouTube. I'm going to be incorporating some of that stuff into my videos as well, because these are my sources of information beyond what I've already experienced in reality. I mean, I use numerology on a daily basis. Numbers, speak to me constantly, like constantly, especially in my reality. 6 and 8. 6 is my guardian, has always been there forever, and as far back as I can look, 6 has been the most significant thing in my reality. And then 8 is a new realization that I've had and has been following me ever since. It's interesting. It's really interesting. And I too follow them now. So not only did I just notice them that they've been there, but and now when I see them, I follow them. If you can understand that. And it translates to every aspect of my life. You wouldn't even realize. But anyway, yeah. To end, I just say again, sir, I challenge you. I challenge you. Read his book or listen to his book. I would highly suggest listening to his book because you can actually hear him. He doesn't ever change the way he's talking. You can tell the acting between the acting and the not acting. I don't know. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't read people. I'm actually extremely good at reading people. So I think you're actually misguided, but at the same time, I'm wondering, because you're saying some very strange things. But I just think you're being very polarized at the same time. You're not meaning any harm, really, but you're not serving any good either, because you're actually inhibiting a lot of people who might be interested in what he's saying. I mean, one of the reasons that I actually finally got his book is because I had watched The Truths and I liked what he was saying. Because I had come to these conclusions before I ever even became aware of Russell Brand. I'm telling you, I used to hate that fucker before he started doing what he was doing, I hated him. Like, he was stupid in his movies. Like, I don't know what it was. There was something about him that rubbed me the wrong way. But now, I got a total fucking man crush on that guy. Because I like what he's saying. I like what he's saying. And with the Ed Miliband thing, I was like, ugh, what? Russell, what the fuck? But at the same time, he's like, oh, sorry. So, but that's what I'm saying. If he does that shit again, you know, dude, Russell, what the fuck? Fuck you. And move on. That's all. I mean, that's exactly what he's saying in his book, too. It's so fucking weird that what you guys are saying is the exact same thing. But yet, his manifestation of the things that exact same thing you guys are saying is, you know, equality and abundance for everyone. And you're saying it is poverty for a few, I guess, because nobody's going to come over and live in poverty willingly for the rest of their life, unless they're incredibly missionary style dedicated to giving up everything for the greater good of everyone else, which is an extremely socialist goal. No, dude, seriously, I don't think that there's anything wrong. I mean, you don't mean any harm, but come on, man. Balance, bro. Fair. Be fair here. Be fair. If you really want to talk shit about him, investigate him. Truly investigate him. Don't investigate the fucking symbology that you see, or the symbology that you're attaching to him, or the superficial aspects of him to which you have no personal, intimate knowledge of, I should say. And that's it. I'm gonna stop now because this is getting way too long. Bye. I challenge you.